Hi guys, assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're gonna review a bunch of new makeup products that I bought during MCO. Yes, I have a shopping problem. I buy a lot when I stay at home, when I have my phone with me with some money in the bank account. So if you want to know my thoughts and my review, how this makeup product, how it will perform on the skin, please stay tuned and keep on watching. So we're gonna start with the eye makeup first. So as per usual, I'm gonna do my brows first using the Palladio brow powder in the shade brown. I got this when Guardian have 50% off for all eye products. This is what the powder looks like. So in here they include a tiny brow brush. So I'm going to use my brush from ColourPop, just their angled eyebrow brush or eyeliner brush. So I haven't used brow powder in quite some time. So I hope you all are doing well. When is this virus gonna go away? I know everybody is now like sitting in their house and restricted in doing programs outside, but we have to do it to break the virus in, and so far Malaysia is doing a great job right now. So this is my brow for today. So I'm gonna do the other brow off camera and I'll pop back right in. So to set the brows, I'm gonna use Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer, and I heard that this product has been discontinued, which is very sad. It is one of my favorite brow mascara. So to conceal the brows, I'm gonna use NYX Professional Makeup Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Light. So I got this when NYX were having 50% off. Actually already closed their stores, like physical stores in Sunway Pyramid, IOI, City Mall, I think in KL, but you can always purchase them from the online stores. I think Shopee has one, Lazada. So yeah, this is what the concealer looks like. I haven't opened or used it. My brows are naturally higher on one side. So I forgot to tell you guys, my position right now, this side has a large window where the main light source is. This side doesn't have any direct light source, so that's why you see this side is darker than this side. So I received this two eyeshadow from Palladio. This one here is in the shade Mirage and this one is in the shade Risque or Risque. So I'm going to use these two today for my eyeshadow today. So this palette is quite helpful for beginners because they already have the guideline, like highlighters all over base, crease, lip liners. So if you're like confused to what shade to put on the lids, they already guide you here, so that's nice. So first I'm going to take from the Mirage palette and this maroon shade right here and put it on my inner and also outer corner. From the swatches that I did for my IG story, the eyeshadow doesn't look promising, but you see when it's on the lid, you can see how pigmented it is. So don't judge product based off swatches. You have to play around with it. So I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So as you can guess, I'm doing a halo eyes or halo eyes for today. So to deepen the outer and inner corner on top of the shade from the Mirage palette, I'm going to use Risque palette and take the black shade in here, labeled as for your liner, but I'm going to use this shade and tap it slowly on top of the maroon shade that we laid down. So this black shade is also very pigmented. And then I'm gonna take from the Mirage palette the brown shade here. This palette is powdery and has a lot of kickback. So I'm placing it on the crease. Okay, to make that blend a little bit more seamless, I'm gonna take the Risque palette and take the crease shade, which is this cream shade here, and blend out the edges. I think this cream shade has a little bit of satin finish. And then I'm going to go back again with the maroon shade and build up the pigment on the inner and outer corner. And I'm going to do the same with the black shade from Risque palette. I really don't like my lighting in this video, but at the same time, if I sit in front of the mirror like my previous videos, I don't like my background because it's a bit messy. And again, I'm going to take the black shade from Risque palette, just dab it slowly on top of the maroon shade. Not gonna lie, this side here looks muddy and a bit messy, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. Okay, now I'm gonna do a cut crease just on the center because I'm gonna do halu eyes like I said earlier. So I'm taking the full coverage concealer from NYX and a flat brush. I'm gonna cut the crease. And then on the outer edge here, I'm gonna tap it with my pinky finger. The Risque palette, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's spelled R-I-S-Q-U-E without the comma on top, so I think it's Risque instead of risky. So I'm going to take this silver shade here and tap it on the center. Remember, metallic shade works better or apply better with your finger, so just use your finger because you have more payoff. I love this shade. It's cool tone dirty silver. Okay, I know it looks messy, so what we're gonna do is take a precise brush like this one and taking again the maroon shade from Mirage palette, and I'm dabbing it where the two shades meets, basically marrying the two shades to eliminate harsh lines. Alright, then I'm taking the black shade from the Risque palette and deepen out the inner and outer corner. And now, as per usual, I'm going to apply eyeliners. For eyeliner, I'm going to use the Bruna Beauty Perfect Line eyeliner. I haven't used this in a while. I think I used it for a few times only, and then I go back to my Maybelline Hyper Sharp Liner. I prefer brush tip. This one is a felt tip. One thing that I don't like about felt tip product, or maybe the formula, it's feathers. When I apply it, it kind of bleeds. But I really like the tip. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera and we'll go with the complexion afterward. We'll come back to the eyes later. For now, let's do the complexion part. So Palladio also sent me a new primer. I think it's new. It's Rice Primer Mattifying Perfecting. I did swatch it and also get a feel of the product on the back of my hand. I did post it on my IG story and it feels promising. And it reminds me of my Catrice matte primer or something. I can't remember the name, but it reminds me of that primer. I really like it. It's a type of primer where it blurs your pores and make your complexion smoother. So let's see how the foundation sits on top. This primer does reminds me of the Catrice primer, which is one of my favorite. Now, before I apply my foundation, I want to apply this color corrector. It's from Palladio. It's the Under Eye Disguise Full Coverage Concealer. It does say it's for the under eyes, but it's green correctors. I don't think I ever experienced redness for my under eye, so I'm going to use these for the face instead. So green color correct any red that cancels redness, right, if I'm not mistaken. So I have breakout stairs. I'm going to put here. Also some on my head, also here, I did squeeze a lot. Okay, now that I'm slowly transforming into a Hulk, I gotta say that this concealer dries down pretty fast. Make sure to blend out the concealer by section, like apply it on one section and then after you blend it out, then you can apply on the other section. Otherwise, it's gonna be hard to blend the concealer. For foundation, I think this is the only high-end product that we are gonna review or apply today. Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So I know everybody love, not everybody, a lot of people been raving about this foundation, at least in this YouTube beauty community. So mine is in the shade Warm Beige. For I was having a 30% off on selected items and this foundation was one of it. So I did bought this foundation. Inshallah, I will do a separate video review on this foundation and I will talk more about the formula, the claims and everything like that. So for now, I'm just going to apply on my face. I still can see the green concealer underneath. I'm using Blendiful, Tati Beauty Blendiful. Clearly, one pump is not enough for me because I have that green concealer underneath and it doesn't cover it up. So I'm gonna add one more pump. So this is the foundation right now. This is my first time trying this foundation out and both times it emphasizes my texture. As you can see on this, like, I think you can see better on where there's no direct light source. It emphasizes my texture so much. Okay, let's move on to concealer. So for concealer, I'm also going to use the Under Eye Disguise Concealer Full Coverage Concealer from Palladio. So today I'm going to use the shade Vanilla Latte PCT02. It has this type of applicator. So learn from before, it dries down fast. So I'm going to work on one side first. Brush. It looks lighter than I expected. So I'm going to take other shade. So maybe I'm going to take the shade Toffee. Let's see. I'm not sure whether Toffee is too dark. Oh yes, too dark. So that's okay. I'm going to mix Toffee and Vanilla Latte. So I'm going to use the shade Vanilla Latte to highlight the center of my face as well. And the chin just a tiny bit because the foundation is looking so cakey on my face. To set the face, Palladio Forever Plus Ever Mattifying Loose Setting Powder with green tea. It's green tea infused, so it doesn't include a puff in here. It's very messy. So I'm gonna set my under eyes and see whether it leaves a white cast. If it doesn't leave a white cast, I'm gonna set my entire face as well. Careful. I did swallow. Okay. Because it's so fine, so I did swallow it a bit. I can feel it does get into my throat. So be careful. Don't talk while you're doing your makeup like me. I'm gonna set my entire face. I really like this powder. It does help to make my face look less cakey than before. It takes away the textured looking before. Now we've done that, so I'm gonna continue with the eye makeup. So for the under eyes, I'm just gonna copy what I did on top. First, I'm gonna take the palette Mirage palette. I'm gonna take the crease shade, this brown shade, and apply it on my outer and inner corner. And on top of that, I'm going to take the maroon shade from the Mirage palette as well. And top of it does have fallout, so I'm going to dust that away. I'm taking a more precise brush, no product on it, and blend out the shadow. And then on the center, I'm going to apply the Dirty Silver shade from the Palladio from the Risque palette. So So I'm gonna take the precise brush, fluffy brush, and just blend out the mess. And then I think we need to put eyeliner because this eye look is so dramatic. So I'm taking, this is not new, Scandal Eyes eyeliner from Rimmel. It's in the shade brown. This eyeliner does have a tiny bit of, it's not a tiny bit, it's not matte, it's a shimmer eyeliner. So I'm gonna apply it on my waterline before we finished off the eye makeup with mascara. So for bronzer or contour, I'm gonna use the Focalor Sculpt and Glow palette because I don't have any new bronzer or contour powder to use for today's video. So this one I only used it once in the Focalor review video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it up here. So today I'm going to use the e.l.f. brush. Who remembers this brush? If you watch Kathleen Lights, if you are a fan of Kathleen Lights, I'm sure you're familiar with this brush. I bought this brush like forever and I haven't used it because the shape is kind of intimidating. It's chubby, it's very dense, and I don't know how to blend with this like dense brush. For blusher, I have two new blushes to try. This one is from Nitta Cosmetic. It's a local brand in Malaysia. One is in the shade Indie and the other one is in the shade Balada. I got this from their warehouse sales. They have like 50% off for all items. So this one is in the shade Indie. So it looks like this. It's a terracotta warm shade. So the other one is in the shade Balada. Like this, and it's a coral salmon shade. So let's see what shade suits this eye look. I decided to use Balada blusher. It's pretty, I like it. It's in the shade Balada. Let's try on highlighter. So I have two highlighter to try today. One is from Catrice High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder, and it's in the shade 030 Amber Crystal. On this side, let's use this powder. It's a big highlighter. Catrice highlighter, and on the other side, I'm gonna try the NYX highlighter High Class Illuminating Powder. It's in the shade Daytime Halo. Use other brush. I'm gonna use this brush for the NYX highlighter. NYX is very subtle compared to the Catrice. I prefer the Catrice highlighter, and thank God I got this for 50% off, so it's like maybe lesser than 20 ringgit. So naturally for the rest of my face, I'm gonna use the Catrice Baked Highlighter High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder. And now I think I'm gonna set or like take away the powderiness before we continue with the lips and also mascara for the eyes. So I don't think I have a new setting spray, so I'm just going to use my NYX Bear With Me Prime Set Refresh. For mascara, I have Catrice Lashes to Kill Ultra Black Volume Mascara. So I got this also when Guardian was having 50% off for all eye products. So I really like the unique packaging. It's so long, so big. So the bristles are like this. I think before this, drugstore have samples for you to swatch, for you to see the brush. But now you have to guess what the brush shape is. So this one looks promising. Okay, this is what the mascara looks like. I really love how it lifts and lengthens my lashes. As you guys know, I don't wear any false lashes, so I really give it a thumbs up for this mascara. I really like it. And for the lips, I have few lip options. I have the NYX Suede lipstick in the shade Cold Brew and also Peach Don't Kill My Vibe, which is a peach color. So because today's eye look is so vampy, so I think I'm gonna go with Cold Brew, which is this very vampy color. So it looks like this. So I think this lip shade is kind of too vampy for the look. So I'm gonna try to lighten it up using Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Stepping Out. So I got this from my Sephora points, and I'm gonna try to lighten it up. At first I thought I'm gonna go with just nude lipstick, but I thought it's gonna be like boring. It's always gonna be nude lipstick, and then I go with this very vampy shade and I'm regretting it because it's overpowering the eye look I have on, but that's okay, it is what it is. So this is the complete look. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I have some products that I really love today. One of it is this one, which is from Catrice High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder. I really love this one. I love the Balada blusher. Is it Balada? Yes, Balada blusher from Nitta Cosmetics. And I can't wait to try the other shade, which is Indie. And I also tried the brow product from Palladio. I really like how my brow turned out today. It looks fantastic, I love it. And then what else? The concealer, I have to try it again. It's quite thick from what I prefer, but I will try it again and give you my thoughts on that. The powder is the star of the show, which saves my complexion, which saved the mess that the Too Faced foundation did. But I really love this powder from Palladio, Forever and Ever powder. What is highlighting glass highlighter is just okay for me. It's not my favorite. The NYX Suede lipstick is okay. I really love the pigmentation. It's very pigmented. It covers all the pigment on my lip. The NYX High Coverage Concealer is just okay. It doesn't cover the brow hairs here. Even though it says full coverage concealer, my brow hairs are still peeking through. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you love makeup tutorial, makeup review and makeup hauls, please consider to subscribe my channel, and I hope I see you guys in my next one. Take care and assalamualaikum. Bye.